Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Michael Bader. I'm a psychologist and psychoanalyst currently living in Chicago. And I'm going to be talking about the meaning of sexual fantasies. And by fantasies, I don't just mean private daydreams that arouse us, but the whole range of sexual preferences and the chemistry that leads us to be attracted to one person and not another, or leads us to prefer having sex in this way and not that way. I think these are all sexual fantasies. And the purpose of sexual fantasies is to help us overcome or negate or disconfirm certain beliefs and feelings that otherwise interfere with sexual pleasure and make arousal impossible. And these are things like guilt and worry. There's a whole class of feelings and beliefs about being responsible for the other person and hurting them somehow with our sexual desires. Another class of affects and beliefs are things like shame and inferiority or helplessness. And when we're feeling those things and have those views of ourselves, we can't get aroused. So, what sexual fantasies do is they miraculously help us overcome those things. For instance, let's say someone is drawn to partners or scenarios in which one is dominated. That's a fantasy that helps us get to pleasure because if the other person is dominant and strong, then we don't have to worry about hurting them, thereby freeing us up to have pleasure. Or let's say the fantasy is driving someone else wild with desire or seducing someone in authority. There, it's an attempt, and a successful attempt, to overcome feelings of helplessness and inferiority or shame. Because in that scenario, one is beautiful and powerful and appealing rather than degraded. So, we could go through all the sexual fantasies that we ever hear in our clinical practice and analyze their meaning. And by doing it, we not only help the person understand their sexual life, but it's a window into their mind and what it is that holds them back and ails them. So I say that dreams are not the royal road to the unconscious, but sexual fantasies are.